For this video, we're going to be covering conversions. So that's going from one unit of measurement to another. So in this case, the question asks for us to take 28 feet and turn it into yards. The first thing the students need to do is use their reference sheet and find the conversion unit for feet and yards. So if we see here, 1 yard equals 3 feet. We're going to write that off to the side so that we can use it. 1 yard equals 3 feet. Now students are going to set up their conversion. They're going to take their 28 feet, and units are important. Students, please write down your units. Multiplying it by this conversion factor. The unit that you start with, so the feet measurement, is what's going to go at the bottom. This allows for that unit, that of feet, to be eliminated. The 1 yard is going to go at the top. So again, the unit that you start with goes on the bottom of this conversion factor that we're going to use. Now, we're going to place this over 1 so that we can multiply straight across, just like we do when we're multiplying a whole number by a fraction. So this becomes 28 times 1 and 1 times 3. Well, students, we can't leave it like that because that's improper. So we're going to take 28 divided by 3. 3 can go into 28. Well, let's skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. 3 can go into 28 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. 27 underneath. Remember that our remainder becomes our new numerator, and our denominator, the number that we divided by, doesn't change. So the answer for this is 9 1/3 yards. Next, we're going to go from 8 kilometers to meters. Again, the first step is to look at our reference sheet, find the relationship between kilometers and meters. So 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. We're going to write that down so that we can use it. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. We're going to set up our conversion. 8 kilometers times. The unit that we start with is going to go on the bottom. So using these two parts, 1 kilometer is going to go on the bottom. 1,000 meters at the top. We're going to place this over 1 so that we can multiply straight across. 8 times 1,000 is 8,000. 1 times 1 is 1. Well, can't leave it like that. 8,000 divided by 1 is just 8,000. So 8,000 meters. Now, let's look at another type of example, a problem that's slightly different. So in this example, we have 4 feet and 7 inches, and we want it to be converted into all inches. So when looking at this, I need to change the 4 feet. The 7 inches is already in inches, so I'm going to leave that alone for now. So again, first step, find the relationship between feet and inches. 1 foot equals 12 inches. Four feet, set up my conversion, times the unit that I start with is going to go on the bottom, so 1 foot on the bottom, 12 inches on the top. Again, put it over 1 so that I can multiply straight across. 4 times 12 is 48. 1 times 1 is 1. 48 divided by 1 is 48 inches. Now, we are not done because I still have these 7 inches that I have to add back in. I'm going to add that to my 48 inches. That gives me 55 inches. This next problem is all the same steps, but we have a slight little difference. we are starting here. We are starting with a mixed number here. Now that does not change the steps, but there's a intermediate step that kind of can get confusing. So we have 5.5 feet, and we're going to multiply it by our conversion factor. From our previous problem, we know that 1 foot equals 12 inches. Because I began with feet, 1 foot is going to go on the bottom. 12 inches is going to go at the top. Now, when I go to multiply straight across, I cannot easily multiply 5.5 times 12. It's not like something I can do in my head. So I'm going to write it down. 5.5 times 12. Well, when we're multiplying a whole number by a mixed number, we're going to take that whole number and we're going to create two problems. We're going to multiply it by 5, and we're going to multiply it by the 1/2. So this becomes 5 times 12 and 1/2 times 12. So 5 times 12 is 60. And 1/2 times 12, well, let's put this over 1 so that we can multiply straight across. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 1 is 2. Can't leave it like that. 12 divided by 2 is 6. I can't leave it like that because our numerator is bigger than our denominator. If this number was smaller than this, I would leave it alone and just add it straight to my whole number. So now I need to take my 60 from here and my 6 inches from here and combine them. So 60 plus 6 equals 66. So I have 66 inches in total. Now the last type of problem is a comparison problem. So when I am comparing two amounts, two measurements, and they have different measurement units, I can't just easily compare them. I need to change one into the other unit so that it is both in the same unit and I can compare. I can't compare a foot to a tiny little inch. So I'm going to take these 4 feet and I'm going to convert it into inches. Again, we need our conversion factor, which if we go to the reference sheet, 1 foot equals 12 inches. Because I began with feet, 1 foot is going to go on the bottom, 12 inches on the top. You can also think of it as the unit that you want to end in needs to go on the top. So 4 times 12 is 48. 1 times 1 is 1. So 48 inches. So that means that 4 feet is 48 inches. So which one's bigger? Well, clearly 96 is bigger than 48. Okay, that is the end of this video in conversions.